Gentlemen, let me ask you a very direct question. What if the key to reviving those powerful morning erections, boosting your all day energy, and reclaiming your confidence after 50 wasn't in a little blue pill, but in this simple glass of water? The truth is, most men are drinking water in a way that sabotages their performance, and they don't even know it. I'm Dr. Shells, a urologist with over 2 decades of experience helping men optimize their hormonal health and performance. In my practice, I've seen countless men attribute their declining vitality to age when the real culprit is often chronic, low grade dehydration. They come into my office and they feel a quiet sense of loss about this. They think it's just a number. They'll tell me, oh, well, doc, I'm 58 now. I guess this is just part of the deal. They blame their age, their hormones, or their stressful job, and they resign themselves to this new normal, believing their best days are in the rearview mirror. But the good news, the truly wonderful news, is that this is one of the easiest problems to fix. I have personally guided men in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s who have seen remarkable turnarounds in just a matter of weeks, simply by changing how and when they drink water. In this video, I'm going to show you the science-backed way to hydrate that can directly impact your morning vitality. Stay with me, because the first mistake most men make happens within 10 minutes of waking up. So, get comfortable. Let's talk about how to turn this simple glass of water into your most powerful tool for vitality. If you're ready to make a simple change for some truly powerful results, just take a moment and type "ready" in the comments below. It helps me to know that you and I are in this together. Before we get to the how, you need to understand the why. Because when you grasp the science behind this, you'll never look at hydration the same way again. Let's start with the basics of performance. An erection is, at its core, a hydraulic event. I want you to picture a garden hose. To get that hose to become firm and spray powerfully, you need two things: a flexible hose and good, steady water pressure. Your body isn't all that different. Your blood vessels are the hose and your blood is the water. And what is your blood primarily made of? Water. Over 90% of your blood plasma is water. When you are even mildly dehydrated, your blood volume literally decreases. There's less fluid in the system. And that fluid becomes thicker, more viscous, almost like sludge. When your blood is thick, your heart has to work much harder to pump it through your body. Circulation slows down everywhere, but especially in the smaller, more intricate vessels, the very ones responsible for erectile function. You can have the perfect hormonal signals and the perfect nerve function, but if you don't have enough fluid pressure, enough blood volume, to pump into the erectile tissues and keep it there, the hydraulic system simply fails. It's a matter of physics. But this is where it gets even more interesting, especially for men over 50. It's not just about hydraulics, it's about hormones. I want you to think of your sleep as a nightly repair and rejuvenation session for your body. The deepest, most restorative stages of your sleep are when your body does its most important work. This is when it repairs muscle, consolidates memory, and crucially produces the majority of your daily testosterone. Testosterone is the master hormone for male vitality. It fuels your energy, your mood, your muscle mass, and of course, your libido and erectile quality. But here's the problem. You go for 7, 8, maybe 9 hours every night without a single drop of fluid. During that time, you are constantly losing water just by breathing and through light perspiration. So, you wake up every single morning in a state of natural dehydration. When your body detects this dehydrated state first thing in the morning, it perceives it as a form of stress. It's a low-level survival threat. And what does your body do when it's stressed? It produces your main stress hormone, cortisol. Now, I want you to imagine testosterone and cortisol on a seesaw. When cortisol goes up, testosterone is pushed down. They have an inverse relationship. Cortisol is a catabolic hormone. It breaks things down. It puts you in a state of fight or flight, redirecting resources away from things like reproduction and repair and toward immediate survival. Performance and vitality are seen by the body as luxuries when it thinks it's in a crisis. So let's put it all together. You wake up in the morning, your blood is already thick and sludgy, making the hydraulics difficult. At the exact same moment, your body releases a flood of cortisol to deal with the stress of dehydration, which actively suppresses the testosterone you just spent all night producing. This creates the perfect storm to weaken or even prevent a morning erection. Those morning erections, what we doctors call nocturnal penile tumescence, are your body's built in barometer for health. They are a sign that your cardiovascular system, your nervous system, and your hormonal system are all in good working order. When they start to fade, it's not just something to be ignored, it's your body sending you a signal. And very often, that signal is simply saying, I'm thirsty. I need water, and I need it the right way. Now that you understand the powerful connection between water, blood flow, and hormones, let's look at the common mistakes, the sins, that most men are making every single day. As I go through these, I want you to be honest with yourself and see if any of them sound familiar. Hydration sin, number 1, the morning diuretic. This is, without a doubt, the most common and the most damaging mistake I see. The alarm goes off. You stumble out of bed, head to the kitchen, and what is the very first thing you do? You brew a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. It feels right, doesn't it? That warmth, that aroma, that caffeine kick to get your brain in gear. But from your body's perspective, it's the worst possible thing you could do. As we just discussed, you wake up in a dehydrated state. Your body is desperate for pure water to restore its blood volume. Instead, you give it a diuretic. A diuretic is any substance that tells your kidneys to flush out more water. So you are already in a fluid deficit, and your very first move of the day is to drink something that actively removes more fluid from your body. The result is that your circulation begins the day running at a major disadvantage. You're essentially digging the hole of dehydration even deeper, right at the moment when your body needs replenishment the most. It's like waking up in a desert and taking a drink of salt water. It feels like liquid, but it only makes the problem worse. That caffeine rush you feel is masking a deeper circulatory and hormonal problem that you've just intensified. Hydration sin number 2, the desert and flood cycle. This next sin is a story of extremes that I hear all the time. It goes something like this. You have your coffee in the morning, then you get busy. You're at work, you're running errands, you're focused on tasks. You might have a little bit of water here or there, but for the most part, you're running on empty from about 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Your body is in the desert phase. During this time, your energy starts to dip, especially in the mid-afternoon. That 3 p.m. slump where you feel foggy and tired? For many, that's not a blood sugar issue. It's a blood volume issue. Your circulation has slowed, your brain isn't getting the optimal oxygen it needs, and you feel fatigued. Then you get home. You have dinner, and suddenly you remember, I haven't had any water today. So you begin the flood phase. You chug 1, 2, maybe even 3 large glasses of water in the evening, thinking you're catching up and doing the right thing. But your body doesn't work that way. It doesn't thrive on that desert and flood cycle. It can't effectively use that much water all at once. Much of it just overwhelms your system. What really happens is that you overload your bladder. And then, just as you're trying to get that deep, restorative, testosterone-producing sleep, what happens? You're up. Once, twice, maybe 3 times a night to use the bathroom. This desert and flood cycle is a disaster for male vitality. You spend your day in a low-energy, poor circulation state, and you spend your night getting fragmented, low-quality sleep, which interrupts hormone production. Hydration sin number 3, relying on a faulty gauge. This last sin is based on a deeply ingrained myth. The myth is, if I'm not thirsty, I must be hydrated. Gentlemen, I need you to hear this loud and clear. Thirst is a late signal. It is not a proactive gauge, it is a reactive alarm bell. By the time you actually feel the sensation of thirst, your body is already running on a deficit. The damage has already begun. Your circulation has already slowed, your energy has already dipped, and your tissues are already less hydrated than they should be. This becomes even more critical for us after the age of 50. As we get older, 2 things happen. First, our kidneys become less efficient at conserving water, meaning we lose it more easily. Second, and most importantly, our natural thirst mechanism becomes less sensitive. The alarm bell just doesn't ring as loudly or as early as it used to. A younger man might be able to tolerate mild dehydration and bounce back quickly. But in a body over 50, with blood vessels that are a little less flexible and a hormonal system that is more sensitive, that same level of dehydration shows up much faster as fatigue, slower recovery, and weaker performance. So, if you've been living by the rule of only drinking when you're thirsty, you have been unknowingly keeping your body in a state of chronic low grade dehydration. You've been operating with the emergency brake on without even realizing it. Okay, so we've identified the problems. Now, let's get to the good part, the solution. And it's not complicated. It's a simple 3-step protocol that I give to my own patients, and it can start making a difference almost immediately. Step 1, the morning elixir, the first 20 minutes. This first step is the most important and it is non negotiable. Tomorrow morning, the moment you get out of bed, before your coffee, before your tea, before you check your phone, before you do anything else, you are going to walk to your kitchen and drink one. Tall 16 ounce. That's about 500 milliliters or a little more than 2 cups. Glass of water. Think of this as the master reset button for your body. You are immediately addressing the dehydration from your sleep. You are instantly restoring your blood volume, thinning your blood from sludge back to a healthy fluid, and waking up your entire circulatory system. You are telling your body the crisis is over. You don't need to produce stress hormones. You can focus on energy and vitality. Now you can drink this water plain, and it will be incredibly effective. But if you want to give it a performance boost, here's what I recommend to my patients. Add a tiny pinch of natural mineral salt, like sea salt or pink Himalayan salt, and a fresh squeeze of lemon juice. Why this combination? The mineral salt isn't like table salt. It contains trace minerals and electrolytes. These electrolytes are critical because they help your cells actually absorb and hold on to the water more effectively rather than just having it flush right through you. They support muscle and nerve function, which are essential for performance. The squeeze of lemon does something amazing for your circulation. The vitamin C in the lemon helps protect a crucial molecule in your body called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is what tells your blood vessels to relax and open up, allowing for better blood flow. So, with this simple addition, you are not only rehydrating, you are actively supporting the very mechanism that allows for strong circulation. It is a powerful morning elixir. Step 2, the steady flow method, all day. Once you've started your day correctly, the goal for the rest of the day is consistency. We need to end that desert and flood cycle for good. The key is what I call the steady flow method. Instead of forgetting to drink for hours and then chugging a huge amount, you're going to aim for small, regular sips throughout the entire day. The easiest way to do this is to get a reusable water bottle and keep it with you at all times, on your desk, in your car, next to you on the couch. Your goal is to take just a few sips every 30 to 45 minutes. A half a glass every hour is a great target. We are not aiming for volume, we are aiming for frequency. Think back to our garden hose analogy. This method is like keeping the tap open just a little bit all day long. It maintains a constant, steady pressure in the system. Your blood volume stays stable, your energy remains even, your brain stays sharp, and your circulation is always primed and ready for when you need it, whether that's for an evening workout or for intimacy. This simple habit is the key to preventing that afternoon slump and maintaining steady energy from morning until night. Step 3, the evening taper, the 2-hour rule. This final step is the missing piece of the puzzle that protects your all-important sleep quality and hormone production. We need to get enough water during the day, but we also need to know when to stop. My rule for my patients is simple. Implement a 2-hour cutoff. You should aim to stop drinking all liquids, water, tea, everything, 2 hours before your planned bedtime. So if you go to bed at 10:30 p.m., your last drink of anything should be at 8:30 p.m. Why is this so important? This gives your body and your kidneys enough time to process that last bit of fluid before you go to sleep. It drastically reduces the chances that a full bladder will wake you up in the middle of the night. Remember, every time you wake up, you are pulling yourself out of those deep, restorative sleep stages. You are interrupting your body's testosterone factory. By implementing the evening taper, you are creating an uninterrupted window for your body to do its most important hormonal work. You'll find you sleep deeper, wake up less, and feel more refreshed and energized in the morning. So, there you have it. We've covered a lot, so let's bring it all together. We've learned that the common way of hydrating, starting with coffee, ignoring water all day, and then flooding your system at night, is a recipe for poor circulation, low energy, and weakened performance. But when you flip the script, when you start your day with that tall morning elixir, when you maintain a steady flow of hydration all day long, and when you protect your sleep with the evening taper, you create an internal environment where your body can thrive. You give yourself the hydraulic power for performance, and you support the hormonal balance for energy and drive. I have seen this simple 3 step protocol change lives. I have seen men of every age take this simple step and notice real change within weeks. I've seen it in my patient David, a 58-year-old who thought his afternoon fatigue and unreliable performance were just his new reality. Within 2 weeks of starting his day with water and sipping steadily, he reported stronger morning erections and the kind of steady energy he hadn't felt in years. I saw it in Robert, who learned that consistent hydration during the day was far more effective than trying to chug water right before intimacy. These men and countless others didn't need a magic pill. They just needed the right strategy. They needed to give their bodies the most fundamental resource of all, in the right way, at the right time. And now, I want to extend a challenge to you. I'm not going to ask you to do all 3 steps at once. That can be overwhelming. I believe in small, powerful, sustainable changes. So here is my challenge to you. For just 1 week, that's it, just 7 days, I want you to commit to step one. Just the morning elixir. Tomorrow morning, start your day with that tall 16-ounce glass of water before anything else. Keep your coffee, have your breakfast, but only after you've had your water first. That's the entire challenge. It's a simple promise you make to yourself. After you've done that for 1 week, I want you to come back to this video. Come back and tell me what you noticed. Did your energy feel more stable? Did your recovery feel faster? Did your performance feel stronger? If you accept this simple 7-day challenge, please type "I'm in the comments below. Seeing you commit inspires other men who are watching this to do the same. It creates a community of men who are choosing to take back control of their health. Remember, your best years do not have to be behind you. Your vitality is not something you have to surrender to the calendar. With small, consistent, and intelligent choices, you can protect your strength, reclaim your confidence, and enjoy every aspect of your life with renewed vigor. And it can all start tomorrow morning with something as simple and as powerful as a glass of water. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm cheering for you.